frameworks that he just puts together for all of us people to be able to just change our lives. Like, you know, you may not see it, but here's a great example. Has anyone ever gone like mountain hiking before? Yes, right? When you go there, the trail has already been set, right? You just gotta follow. That's all you gotta do. So, you know, talk about a trailblazer. I mean, what he does, everybody, you know, from the reputation that we personally have experienced is whatever he pops, whatever he does, we just think we're in. Because we know the kind of person that he is, the reputation that he brings to the table, and this is a perfect opportunity for those of you that haven't had the opportunity to meet him today in live and in person, to show you what an incredible human being that he is.
How many of you guys never met David McCovy before? Wow, missing out. This is the day.
So, you know, this is a great and wonderful day and a true blessing for all of us, for him to, you know, grace us with his presence, because, you know, just truly what he's been able to do. Maybe there's going to be a time where you don't get a chance to meet him because he may just seem so far, but it'll be a quick reminder when events like this that he'll always come when we call. And every time that there's an event, he will be there, always be the first person to take a picture with you, and also be the last person that you take a picture with too. So it's just truly amazing. So he has honored us with his presence to come here and give you some keynote speaking, so that way you guys can get more value to maximize your potential here in this business.
So without further ado, it's not David Duchovny, it's Mr. David McCovy.
Since we've launched that we've been in the room at one time with this many new people. So I thank you all for saying yes. There are a ton of companies, you guys have been on webinars, you've heard me say this before. There are thousands of companies in this space that you can be a part of, but because you're part of Evolution, that makes you family. So I thank you and I appreciate you. Charles and Nikki and Tony and some of the other Tracy, she's been around for a long time. They see this video that we're about to play all the time, and I show this video simply to show that it's not just about the first guy who does something, right? We always say that people have sight, but they don't have vision. But what makes movements like these happen are when other people get involved. So Charles, can you show my favorite video on the planet, please?
I don't know, but he got a fan club going.
It's like a method to the madness, so bear with us.
Not yet, but he will be.
I love those.
They're asking if you're gonna be dancing.
Your Zoom fans.
Your Zoom fans want
Your
to
Zoom
know.
fans.
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish in under 3 minutes and dissect some lessons. First, of course, a leader needs the guts to stand alone and look ridiculous. But what he's doing is so simple, it's almost instructional. This is key. You must be easy to follow. Now here comes the first follower with a crucial role. He publicly shows everyone else how to follow. Notice how the leader embraces him as an equal. So it's not about the leader anymore. It's about them, plural. Notice how he's calling to his friends to join in. So it takes guts to be a first follower. You stand out, you brave ridicule yourself. Being a first follower is an underappreciated form of leadership. The first follower transforms a lone nut into a leader. If the leader is the flint, the first follower is the spark that really makes the fire. Now here's the second follower. This is a turning point. It's proof the first has done well. Now it's not a lone nut, and it's not two nuts. 3 is a crowd, and a crowd is news. A movement must be public. Make sure outsiders see more than just the leader. Everyone needs to see the followers, because new followers emulate followers, not the leader. Now here come 2 more people, then 3 more immediately. Now we've got momentum. This is the tipping point, and now we have a movement. As more people jump in, it's no longer risky. If they were on the fence before, there's no reason not to join in now. They
Yep, there
won't
goes
stand
everyone.
out, they won't be ridiculed, and they will be part of the in crowd if they hurry. Over the next minute, you'll see the rest who prefer to stay part of the crowd, because eventually they'll be ridiculed for not joining. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how a movement is made. So let's recap what we've learned. If you are a version of the shirtless dancing guy, all alone, remember the importance of nurturing your first few followers as equals, making everything clearly about the movement, not you. Be public, be easy to follow. But the biggest lesson here, did you catch it? Leadership is over-glorified. Yes, it started with the shirtless guy, and he'll get all the credit, but you saw what really happened. It was the first follower that transformed a lone nut into a leader. There's no movement without the first follower. See, we're told that we all need to be leaders, but that would be really ineffective. The best way to make a movement, if you really care, is to courageously follow and show others how to follow. When you find a lone nut doing something great, have the guts to be the first person to stand up and join in.
Again, be coachable. Be quickly.
I was a crazy shirtless guy. But what was more important than that were my Elite 8, Katira
If you've learned a lot about leadership and making a movement, then let's watch a movement happen start to finish.
Charles wanted to say it twice, he liked it. Family, that's what it's about, right? Again, you know, the first person will always get the credit, but that's really not where the credit belongs. It's about those who followed them first. So that's my version of Katira and Ron and the Elite 8. And then the second group of crazy dancing people, where's Marnie?
Right here.
See, and that's how it starts. And so now you guys are also lone nuts in your own world. Does that make sense? Guys, I'm really excited and I'm grateful at the same time. I thank you guys for coming here. How many people came from out of state?
Woo!
Look, I moved to.
Yay!
Give yourself a round of applause.
Look, I moved to.
That's a big deal because that's the type of commitment that it takes, right? How many people that once they got involved with evolution, they had friends or family tell them that they were crazy or that it
Yes.
wouldn't work? See, we're our own like socially. We're like, we keep each other up because again, that's why these type of events are so important because you get a chance to be around people who believe like you believe and who have what you want, right? How many people in here wouldn't mind trading checks with Marnie or Charles and Nikki or Amy or right? See,
I share.
Right, so that's what it's about. And these are important because this is where you get the information from people who are actually doing it, who are actually living it. Right? I have a friend, he's a number 2 anesthesiologist in town. His name is Kenny Grigsby. You can Google him. We went to high school together and he's amazing. But Kenny can't tell you how to do network marketing. He can't. I have another friend who's a brain surgeon. He can't tell you how to do network marketing. And that's the thing. I have a lifetime rule, and it's don't take advice from people not qualified to give it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? You may have a friend, he may be the best car mechanic in your state. Take him your car, not your financial advice. Right? And I think that that's where we all get a little let down at times, because people that we expect to believe or to support don't support. Has anybody ever had that happen? Yeah. Okay. I know it's more hands than that, you just don't want to raise them. I own 2 network marketing companies. This one right here, we've done over $250 million in sales.
Woo!
Right? Thank you. That's big deal. You guys. Right? In another network marketing company, we've been open about 7 months, and we paid over $15 million in commission in 7 months.
Woo! Wonderful.
I have 4 family members in both of the deals. 2 of them are back there, my mom and my cousin. Right? So I don't really understand when people get deflated because people don't support them. It's not their vision, it's yours. And once you are okay with that, everything else will work out. Right? I have what do we have, Mom? About 100 family members here locally in Las Vegas?
Yep.
100 locally in Las Vegas. There are 2 in this room.
Yeah.
But I'm the one they call when they need a loan. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'd rather be the giver instead of the borrower, the lender instead of borrower. So guys, what I also want to do, Charles is going to bring up a slide here pretty quickly, but I just want to share something about vision and belief. Who in here has more than $40 to their name? Raise their hand.
Oh, damn it.
All of you guys are richer than me. All of you guys are richer than me. So it's not about where you start, it's about your journey. February 14th, 2009, I woke up and I had $37 to my name. That was on Valentine's Day. I went downtown. Nikki can appreciate a story like this. I stopped at the El Cortez because it was Valentine's Day. I had to figure it out, right? I had a gift to get. I had to buy Miss Katira something. $40 to my name. I went to El Cortez. I won $25 playing blackjack. I walked up Fremont Street, went to Union Plaza, won $28 playing blackjack. I stopped at the Four Queens. I won $35 playing blackjack. I got in my car, an Armada at the time, which I used to make fun of it. I drove down to the outlet and bought her a blue Coach bag for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
She had no idea I was broke.
Aww.
Right? So I say that to show that when you believe in what you want to do, your circumstances can change. Now I have over $1 million in car collections, right? So I don't say that to impress you, but just to show what happens when you make a conscious decision. A made-up mind is the most powerful thing on the planet. Women, where my mothers at? If your child was in this room, locked in this room, and this room was on fire, would you or would you not find a way in?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Nothing would stop you. You start throwing chairs, you do whatever you need to do to get into this room. I want you all to attack your financial freedom with the exact same vigor. My grandmother used to tell me, and I never took it as a slight, I always took it as a compliment, because I always like nice things, even when I have money. She said, boy, you got a champagne taste on a beer budget. Anybody ever heard that? Your family must be from the South too. Champagne taste on a beer budget. And I just say, okay, I just need to find a champagne budget. Right? And I'll talk about some things, guys, and please when I say them, understand that I'm not talking about jobs or people that work jobs, because I believe that you gotta do what you gotta do until you can do what you wanna do. Does that make sense?
Absolutely. Yeah.
I remember when I knew that this was times I was flat broke, but I was still unemployable because I knew that they would never pay me what I was worth. I never looked at one ad or one job paper or anything that said they were hiring for owner or CEO. Never saw it. So I was not interested in any position that they had other than that. And I don't even know if my mom knows the story, but I remember my mom and my aunt were talking. I think I had to be 9 years old. And I heard them talk about my mom had got a raise, and I knew what she was making per hour at her job, Clark County School District. We used to get paid every other Wednesday. Thank you, Mom. Tell all your business, it's okay. Don't worry about it. It's family. And I remember being at Godfather Pizza, and I was looking up at the menu on the board, and I did the math on the pizza and the sodas that we were about to get, and I realized that my mom had to work half the day in order to afford one meal. Somebody tell me how that math makes sense. It does not. At that point, I was absolutely unemployed. I knew they would never pay me what I worked. So again, I don't say that to knock jobs. I just believe that we need something other than a job. When our country went through what we went through, was there anyone in the room that was laid off? See? And so, good people, right? You didn't do anything wrong. It just happened like it happened, right? And you hear the story that Ron shared with you. During the pandemic, we increased our numbers because we were in control of our destiny, right? And so when you guys build your business, and I don't care whether it's on the travel side or on the building side or both, it doesn't matter. Attack it with the vigor that you will never fire you. You're never gonna fire you. You're never gonna let you down. You're never gonna disappoint yourself. And so that's why you must always be in control of your situation, all the time. And I don't care, Charles, Nikki, Amy, they know I always teach life lessons, not just evolution lessons or the other company, not just epic lessons. So I don't care if you guys take this information, walk out of here, and go do something else. Understand that you want to be in charge of you and your situation. Never allow someone else to write your story. I'm not giving them the pen to write it for me. I'm gonna write it myself. And I want you all to do the same thing because you're not gonna let you down. Because when the chips are down, you will always be able to count on you. And that's what entrepreneurship is about, really. How many, I'm sure, let's see, I know I saw a lot of moms. Anyone in here have children? This is my passion about this business. Because we understand that kids shouldn't have to go past the door to find a role model, right? And so when our children watch us, they do not just what we do, they outdo what we do. So if your child watches you work 2 jobs, they're probably gonna end up having 3. Right? They watch you juggle, they're probably gonna juggle at a higher level. So if we know that, especially for little children, right? This is why I get so excited about entrepreneurship. When your children see you working your business from home and earning an income like our goals and our platinums make, they're not gonna wanna go work for anyone else. So by you just being assertive, you actually change the way that your kids think. That's a big deal. My uncle is very, very wealthy, and I hear the conversation that he has with his daughter. They're not like the conversation that my mom had with me. No disrespect to my mom, because she was an amazing mom. But she was not an entrepreneur. My uncle tells his daughter right now that he wants her to be 2 things. He wants her to be a lawyer and an accountant. Not to go work for someone else, but so that she can watch his money, which will then in turn be her money. That's a different level. Right. Wealthy people don't talk to their children about going to work for somebody else. They don't do it. That's how they stay wealthy. Now they may create opportunities for other people, but they're not looking to go work for someone else. That's a big deal. And it's all it is, it's a mindset and an experience, right? When we're exposed to the right things over and over and over, we will do what we've been exposed to. Honestly. And that's why it's so important to hang around people that have what you want and are going the way that you're going. Has anyone in this room ever tried to quit a habit like maybe smoking or cursing? Oh, you heathens, look at those hands. Right? Now, what happened when you hung around people who continued to smoke and curse?
Can I borrow one?
It's not that hard to figure out, guys. It's really not. So that's why Rising Tide in this group is so important, because the evidence is already there. How can someone walk in this room or walk up to you when you're telling them what your dreams or your goals are, and they tell you that you can't achieve them? How? The evidence is here. You're looking at it. And you're also looking at it from people who had people that did not believe. Use that as your fuel, because that's what will burn inside of you long after you've accomplished your why. You guys have amazing leaders, so I know they always tell you about your why, and your why should be big enough to make you cry, and all those type of things. But I'm gonna one up that. What is your fuel? What will make you continue to run and continue to grind when you have everything that you want, or everything that you wanted to have, right? Because what if your why is to put your daughter or your son through college? What happens after they're through college? You quit? What if your why is to retire your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister, your significant other? What if it's that? What happens when they're retired? So what's bigger than that to you that burns like nothing else? And I'll share this story, my leaders have heard it before. Has anyone ever seen Michael Jordan's Hall of Fame induction speech? Oh, you guys have to go watch it. Does anybody know who Michael Jordan is? Let's start with that. I'm in the wrong room, hold on. Right? Depending on whether you say Kobe, LeBron, whatever, arguably the most or the best basketball player to ever put on a pair of sneakers.
Absolutely.
A recognizable figure all over the world. When he did his Hall of Fame induction speech, now this is after 6 NBA championships, $1 billion in earnings, the most recognizable brand, everybody knows what the Jumpman looks like, right? All of that, and he was still visibly upset at the coach that cut him in high school. Most of us, not only will we not care anymore, we would not even remember that coach's name. Michael stood on that stage in tears as he talked about this guy. I call that fuel. Right? How many people don't like their boss?
I didn't. That's why I walked away.
Right, Marty, congratulations, walk away. Right, so now imagine being 25 years removed from that job and you having everything that you could want emotionally and financially. You probably wouldn't even remember that person's name. This man had so much disdain from not feeling that someone thought that he was good enough, and he continues to carry that fuel umpteen years later. That's fuel, guys. That's bigger than your why. And when you find a way to tap into that, it makes everything else easy. Your business is gonna have up and down just like every business does. It's just part of it. But the main thing to understand, and this is where Charles talks about grit, is control what you can control. That's it. Because you can't worry about anything else. If your job is to, because again, in this deal, we only do two things. What do? We get customers and business partners, right? That's as simple as it gets. Where does it get complicated, or where does it get difficult? It's when people tell us no, and we have to go through the rejection. That's when the emotional part kicks in. But fundamentally, we only do two things: business partners and clients or customers. That's it. So if you control what you can control, which is positively exposing your business every day, trust me, your business has to grow. It does. Charles and Nikki are the blueprint for that, right? They ran up to the top of the mountain. You guys probably heard the story. Platinums immediately, once we launched Evolution. People fell out, they started doing some other things. Charles, they went, what was it, Nikki, 5 or 6? Went from over 300 down to 5 or 6 people. Now they have over 6,000 people, you guys included, in their organization. So how do you go from 6 to 6,000? What has to happen? A made-up mind. A different level of focus. Sometimes that comes from within, sometimes that comes from outside. Charles got his epiphany standing at the convention, watching someone else on stage train who he knew wasn't as good as him. That's what woke him up. He says, if she can do it, man, let me stop playing. Seriously, he'll tell you the story, offline, he'll tell you the story. But what they did at that point is got rid of everything else. No more distractions, no more this, no more that. They locked themselves basically in what I call the dungeon and gave birth to all you amazing people. Right? It's a made-up mind, guys. The evidence is here. No one in this room, at least the ones that I know, I appreciate all the new people, but no one in here came from money. We all created it because we wanted to. We had the vision, and we did not allow anyone else who did not have that vision to stop us. Has anyone in here ever wanted to be in real estate, or has anyone had anyone tell them that they should be in real estate? Yes?
I tried real estate.
Yeah. You're in real estate right now, you just don't know it. Can anyone see, can you guys all see this from the back?
You guys see that? Again.
This is really powerful to me.
Look at Ron.
I shared this a couple conventions ago, and what it does is it shows your monthly residual income against what you would have to have in the bank earning 5% interest. Now we can start with that part. Does anybody's bank pay them 5% interest? Right. So we can actually inflate this number probably 5 more times, but for simple math, we'll use it. Any gold consultants in the room? All of our gold consultants make more than $1,000 monthly, right? In this perfect scenario, having this type of money in the bank, earning 5% interest, they would all have to have $240,000 in the bank to earn less than what they make right now. Do any of my goals, other than Gail and Bill, have $240,000 in the bank? See, I put that disclaimer out there. Right, so this is why this deal is powerful. Because everyone can earn like they want to earn. My uncle is my personal mentor, and I love him to death. He has over 2,000 units of property, and he does not make what I make every month. And he's very wealthy. This is a big deal. Where are my one-star fighters? They would have to have roughly $1 million in the bank, earning the magical that we know doesn't happen, 5% interest, in order to do better than what they're doing right now. Amy Cabrera, do you have $1 million in the bank?
No, sir.
Not yet. She's working.
Not yet.
Again.
Speaking it.
Now, if this slide just kind of went on forever, Charles and Nikki would have to be down here. So they would have to have roughly $5 or $6 million in the bank to earn what they earn residually right now. Charles and Nicole Lee, do you have $5 million in the bank?
No, sir. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet. That's why this is powerful. Anyone in here on or know anyone who is currently receiving Social Security? Yes. I'm asking for a friend. How much is, not, it doesn't have to be you, someone that you know, what is the Social Security amount that they're earning right now?
My daughter gets $749.
$749
$12.89.
per month. What was the 12?
$12.89.
$12.89, anyone else?
1109.
709?
11.
1109?
$2,400.
$2,400?
My dad worked his whole life and made about $900 a month on Social Security.
Wow.
Okay, stay with me, I'm going somewhere. Our gold consultants make more than this every month, and they did not work until they were 65. They had 42 successful conversations happen in their organization to make that kind of money. So again, I like to choose the path of least resistance. Maybe you do too. What makes more sense to you? To work until you're 65, or to have 42 successful conversations in your organization? It's an easy decision, guys. So if you guys know me, I always talk money, and I don't believe it's taboo. It's only taboo for people who don't have it. That's what they train us to. They say that money's not good to talk about. That's BS. Wealthy people talk about money all the time. That's how they continue to accumulate. So let's get rid of that part. So when we have these conversations financially, it's not, to demean or anything like that. It's just to show that we have a better way right here. And when I'm talking about what our goals are doing, I'm only talking about it from the building side of the table. I'm not even talking about the ITAN card holders multiple times that we have in this deal that can show you how to do and book travel over and over again. When I was younger, the breakout for me was when I saw some money out. Like I used to think $20,000 was a lot of money. When I saw $20,000 and I saw that it was this big, it stretched me. How many people in here have a goal to make, let's call it $100,000 a year? Is that a good goal for a lot of people?
More.
We already
That's good.
Let's
Tony,
start.
give me that, please.
Yeah, I start.
Who all, 100,000 a year? Come to the front, please. Everybody that has a goal to make $100,000 a year, please come to the front. Can we close this so the light doesn't shine in their face? I don't want it to.
Just go up there anyway.
$100,000 a year goal. Everybody come up that have a goal to make $100,000 a year.
What if you already made that? Just make it.
You know, you guys already, I told you I have rich friends. YouTube Stacy.
Okay, come on.
Everybody give this group a round of applause for having goals, first of all.
Let's
Okay,
do
now
it.
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stretch you all. And this is for everybody that has a goal for $100,000 a year.
Look at this. Look at this, guys. Look at this.
I'm going to ask you to stretch yourself now. Your goal should not be able to fit in one hand. I want you to see this. Pass it around. Take it and pass it around.
Sorry.
You better take a damn picture of this.
Right. That's why visuals are so important. Manifestation is so important.
How much is is that?
Right, because that's your goal, it's a 6-figure goal. But I want you guys to see that you can hold what you want to earn annually in one hand. That means we have to stretch a little further.
But I got it.
You're one-handed. Look at that.
But see, look
One-handed.
how little it is. So we put this big, huge thing out there that it's a lot of money. You can hold it in one hand.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
100,000, one hand.
In one hand.
For some.
Wait, you gotta see what I do at convention. Whew. Family reunion is going to be lit.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
I got little hands. Right? That's what I was saying.
It will be mine one day.
Visualization and manifestation is real. Because you have to see it in your head before it manifests itself into your life. They teach us wrong. They teach us that seeing is believing. It's not that, guys. Believing is actually seeing.
Get me some.
Here goes Sushi.
Babe, get a picture of sushi.
Easy. One hand. She ran off my jewelry one day. She was fast too, man. That took me a while to catch her. That was a couple years. I might not be able to get her now.
Look at that. There's friends.
Yeah.
Your yearly goal in one hand. It's doable.
Look at that. Here comes Ryan. Feel it, Ryan.
It's a good start.
Speak it into existence. Yeah, baby. Per month. Yes.
Per month.
Yes.
There you go. Start to stretch. Per month. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it.
I have small hands. There you go.
Yes, and she did it.
Oh yeah, that's too easy.
Yeah.
It's way too easy.
Here we are. All right, look at that. Look at that. And
Go ahead, Eileen.
go for it. Yeah.
I also
great.
know how fast this goes because
Yeah.
I had it.
Exactly.
Look at Casey. It's almost as big as you. Look at that. Just a few more. All right.
Everybody, one last round of applause for all of our goal seekers.
Amy, your husband said make sure you bring that home.
Ready?
Hey, there's your double gold picture. Not the money. Here's your double gold picture.
Make money today. Let's do it.
Goals, vision, and manifestation, family.
Priorities.
And they all go together, and they're real.
Dude, I made a goal the other day. Dave
How many
McCovy said
people
my
here have a vision board? Awesome.
You guys have vision boards?
How many people in here have a vision environment?
What does that mean?
Being
There you
surrounded.
go. That's a little different, right? That's like your why versus your feel. It's like the next level. I want you guys to be in a situation where your office, everything in your home, your car, your mirror, I don't care. Everywhere you go, you should see what your goals are. Right? They should be manifested.
See, Rosalie?
Should be, I am thankful and grateful that
We're
I
training
earned
on that.
$100,000 a year.
Let them know.
I have to speak it, right? Because it's going to come as you continue to speak it, because you have to see it here first. I am thankful and grateful that I am able to do things on my own terms. I am thankful and grateful that I am the author of my life. All of those type of things is what I want you guys to start implementing daily. The vision boards are amazing. That's an amazing start. But I want it to grow. I want you to be in a vision environment. I know someone that actually has pictures of his goals and dreams on the ceiling in his bedroom. Because as soon as he opens his eyes, he wants to search what he sees. Right? So that manifestation is real, guys. I remember years ago I wrote myself a check for $27 million. I probably didn't have $2,700 at the time. Right? But I know I needed to see that. Right? I am thankful and grateful for, because you've already done it. It's already in the air coming back to you. I am thankful and grateful for. Practice these things. Practice all the positive affirmations, guys, and I promise you, things will start to open up in your life that you could never even imagine. It's not voodoo or hoodoo or hocus pocus, none of that. It's just saying out, putting out there what you want to have. You already have it. You just have to go get it. So guys, again, I am thankful and grateful for all of you in this room, my day ones, Charles, Nikki, Tony, Katira, my mom, of course, all our second and third level of leaders, Amy C, the Burns, all of you guys, like Marnie, this is absolutely amazing. Gail and Bill. One thing that you guys will learn the longer that you're in evolution and our relationship starts to develop even more, that we all have open door policies. We're in a very, very good position because we can do whatever we want to do. That's absolutely amazing. Does anyone know about our E3 Wellness division, our CBD line?
Yeah.
Do you know that guys, that division started because of Gail and Bill?
Woo! Thank you.
So we're in a position that we don't have to go ask anyone for what we want to do. When we have ideas or things that make sense for the family as a whole, we just implement. And that's a really good position to be in. And again, I don't take that lightly. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. But a lot of these ideas will come from you guys. Charles and Nikki. Is anybody absolutely adoring our residual profit pool compensation plan?
Woo! Yes.
When we first started Evolution, and this is the powerful, or how powerful it is to be able to make your own decisions, right? Because we all own the company, not just me, all of us, because we're family. And we decided that a residual profit pool was better than the compensation plan that we had at the time. We had a matrix. And I said, you know what, let's do a pool. Because we always said as a family, we want to be a family environment, and in the pool, we all share, in the revenue. And I knew who I needed to take that to as soon as I had a vision of it, because I knew that he would try to break it down, because he's so intellectually sharp, and he's an urchin, he pores over everything. I gave that to Charles. We went back and forth for a few hours. I remember where I was at home sitting at the desk, and he was at home, and we were talking on the phone, and he'd say, okay, well, what about this? And he'd think about something, he'd call back, so what about this? I mean, we literally tried to punch holes in everything in this compensation plan, but it made sense, and so we did it. So I said all that to say, family, that whatever the ideas are, if they make sense for the whole, we'll take a look at them. So I don't want you guys to come in or leave and think that, oh, I'm just an agent. No, you're part of the family, and we do things together. We don't do it for the small group, we do it for the majority. And so we're trying to, continue to build this as a legacy company. When we first started this thing, they laughed and they said we wouldn't make it 60 days. 6 years ago. Hope you kept the receipt so they can take that lie back. But again, we didn't worry about that. We just put our head down and went to work. And so that's what it's about, being part of the people who really have the same vision that you guys do. So again, I thank you guys for coming out, and it's so good to see, some fresh faces, because our leaders know that their job is to get to the front of the room so that you guys know it's possible, but then get back to the back of the room because now their leaders are up here. And that's what I'm seeing here, and that's why I'm so excited. And so again, I thank you guys for being a part of Evolution, and I appreciate you all. Everyone have an amazing evening.